Stroke sheet for Greece, Alexander Siavu with Christina Yatsizidou, and it's those three who are away for the rest. The Germans trying to counter-attack in this last quarter, but the Canadians still holding them and actually matching them for pace.
What a great finish this is. Fantastic to see after those conditions, these crews going head-to-head. I think the Canadians still got that advantage.
Yeah, the angle's just a little bit deceptive, but if you look at the line of boys there, you can see the Canadians coming towards the line, and they're finishing the stronger. Here they go, Tracy Cameron, Lindsay Jenerick punching it out here to take Canada's first gold medal in the Olympic categories, and they take it ahead of Germany, who takes silver. The bronze goes to Greece, and then it's Great Britain, or in fact Australia, coming ahead of Great Britain, with New Zealand just crossing the line now.
No doubt as to who handled those conditions, and Lindsay Jenerick absolutely delighted with that result.
Their fingers on the bronze medal, and they are rising to the occasion. They're being lifted by the crowd, but this is going to be the World Championship gold for Great Britain in the men's lightweight double sculls. Purchase and Hunter take it ahead of Luini and Bertini, and then, whoa! Well, that's difficult to call.
Oh my goodness, well, you know, the Canadians did ever so well just to get back on terms with the Kiwis there, but it was such a close finish. You know, you've got to say credit. That's a brilliant result from the British, as the Portuguese, well, they had no chance over there in lane 6. Italians rode a great run.
Extreme pressure.
Yeah, the British are hacking it. They're not moving as fluidly as they had done, and they went out so fast in that first 500 metres. The Greeks have a fantastic sprint. Postiglione's got his crew moving ever so well. But I say Fauché with the French, what a rhythm they've got in this last 250 metres, David.
Yeah, don't write off the Kiwis. They're being lifted. Look at the acceleration of the Kiwis. They've now got the gap down on the British to about half a length. The Greeks are going after the men on the far side. France, 3/4 of a length between those two. It's France, and then it's Greece. And now the Kiwis, they're closing on the British. Look at this for a sprint from the Kiwi 4. David Eade in the stroke seat, Hamish Burson, Simon Watson, the new man, and Jade Uru. And they're almost on terms with the British. Coming past and deep into the last 50 metres of this race now. And on the far side, it's France coming through to take the men's fours. They do. They take the gold medal from Greece, and the Kiwis are just past the British to take the world champions and to push the world champions down to 4th.
What an incredible upset. Chardin's on his feet as we see the Americans cross the line, and the Italians in lane 6 finishing. Well, they had no chance out in that lane.
The part of a length, but the sprint from the other two is bringing them ever closer to the British, although I think the British have got plenty in hand. And now Annie Vernon responds.
Yeah, the rate's gone up from 33.5 strokes a minute. It's gone up to 35 or 36 strokes a minute. And the Germans now coming through. Have they lifted it?
Well, it's Great Britain to take the gold. Very close for silver and bronze on the near side there. It is, in fact, the Ukraine who hold on for silver ahead of Germany. And then it's the Aussies ahead of the Americans. And finally, it will be New Zealand.
Yeah, well, absolutely elated. Annie Vernon lays back and congratulates Fran Horton as we see the Kiwis. Well, they caught the...
Just see coming in the bow of the Australians in the bronze medal position. That's the bow of boat number 2, 38 strokes a minute.
Yeah, 38 strokes a minute for the Croatians too. The Australians have made a fantastic move. David Crochet's using all his experience to call it from the 2 seat. Daniel Noonan's leading them up. But the Italians and Croatians still not over yet.
So it's the Croatians, under-23 champions this year, now world champions, taking the gold ahead of the Italians, and then the Australians taking bronze and denying the Germans. Well, that is the end of a dream campaign for the Croatians. The only thing, final of the women's pairs on Lake Carapiro. New Zealand take gold, and look at this, Great Britain takes silver, the Americans bursting through with the Australians. Oh, that's a photo between America and Australia. The Canadians are rowed out of it, and the Americans, after that early problem, well...
It's a minute advantage to take in with 250 metres to go, and they're hurting now. And Richard Chambers, who looked across the man from Coleraine, he's caught it up, but the Germans too are responding. And Seb Side in the bow of the German boat, he's He's called two, neck and neck, David.
Absolutely, and here come the Chinese on the sprint as well. The meet between the two crews that are leading the race. But it is the bow of Great Britain slightly, fractionally ahead of the bow of Germany, who are on the far side. 43 strokes a minute for Great Britain. Australia trying to hold themselves in there. Look at the Chinese coming. The Chinese are on a massive sprint now between Germany, between Great Britain. Coming to the line here. The Chinese are going to get there, are they? It's just on the side.
Oh, my God. The British, but you know, could it have been the surge? That was an unbelievable sprint. I've no idea who won the other medals in that. And the German women, they think nobody knows. Nobody knows. They're looking at, there's a camera there, they're looking at the replay. Yes, they know. That's it. Matix, Richard Chambers, doing the dance. Where's he got that energy from?
I don't know, it's incredible. Well, what a race from the Chinese as well.
What's that, 700ths of a second? The Australians they're giving the silver medal to on our unofficial times here. And the the Chinese are 1/100th of a second on our times behind the Australians. And the Germans roan out of it. What a disappointment for the Germans. But Paul Mattick, world champion once more. Chris Bartley, I can't hear you. I'm number one.
What a finish. The British, three from the bottom of the picture, hanging on from Australia at the bottom, with the Chinese closing fast in third place. Great Britain overhauling both Australia and Germany in the third quarter, but only the fifth fastest finishers in a sensational final. China's youngsters, the quickest of all in the last 500.